Beginning, the arrival and the encounter. The dust storms of Vega 9 were vicious that evening, scraping the colony dome with the sound of ancient beasts clawing to get in. I was on maintenance duty, again, cleaning solar panels and repairing one of the water recyclers that kept our tiny outpost alive. Life on Vega 9 wasn't glamorous. I wasn't a soldier or explorer. I was a technician, the kind of human whose job was to fix broken things and stay out of the way of those who broke them. That's when they arrived. A shuttle unlike any I'd seen tore through the storm clouds above, its silver hull humming with energy. The dust storm itself seemed to bow away from it, as if afraid to touch it. When the ship landed just outside the dome perimeter, my comms exploded with frantic chatter. Unknown vessel detected. Energy signature, Royal class. It's them. Them meant the Velar Dominion, a matriarchal alien empire that had once considered humanity too primitive to speak to. They were warriors, rulers, and mystics, each born with strength and telepathic grace. Their royalty was rare, revered, and almost never left their home system. So imagine my confusion when, after the storm cleared, I was ordered to report to the airlock bay, and she stepped through. She was tall, nearly 7 feet, with deep violet skin that shimmered faintly under the lights. Her armor was polished silver and marked with gold lines that pulsed like veins of light. Her eyes, a haunting blue, studied me with an intensity that made my breath hitch. "You are human," she said, voice melodic yet commanding. "Last I checked," I replied, trying to hide my nerves. Her lips curved faintly. "You will serve as my maintenance attendant while I reside here. I am Princess Liara of House Valath." I didn't understand why a princess would need a maintenance tech, but I didn't question orders. All I knew was that my life had just changed in ways I couldn't predict. The connection and the ritual. Over the following days, I was assigned to her private quarters. An honor and a nightmare rolled into one. Her armor required constant upkeep. It wasn't made of any metal I recognized. It responded to touch, like liquid silver that breathed. Liara would remove it in sections, placing each on a stand, and I'd carefully polish and realign the panels while she watched in silence. It was strange, she always watched. Sometimes she'd ask questions about human customs. Other times she'd say nothing at all, only studying me with those piercing blue eyes. "Why do humans labor for their leaders?" she asked one day. "Because leaders usually don't fix pipes," I said. "We do what we can." "And yet you speak as though duty is choice," she murmured. "Interesting." As I cleaned her gauntlets, I noticed faint markings engraved inside, runes that pulsed faintly at my touch. When I looked up, she was staring directly at me. "Do you understand what you touch?" "Not really. Just armor, right?" "Not just armor," she said softly. "It is bonded to me. To touch it with intent is to acknowledge my lineage." I laughed nervously. "Sorry. Didn't mean to offend any royal traditions." "Offend?" She tilted her head. "You honor me." Days became weeks. The colony adapted to the Velar presence, and rumors spread that the princess was here seeking a truth hidden among humans. I didn't ask. She didn't offer. Then one evening, as I worked late cleaning her armor again, the power flickered. The lights dimmed, and we were bathed in soft blue from the armor's glow. Liara stood silently, her gaze unreadable. "Human," she said, stepping closer. "You touch my armor with reverence. Do you know what that means among my people?" "Respect." "Guess. More." She leaned in. "Among the Velar, the act of tending to another's armor is sacred. It is the rite of union. A declaration that one will protect and be protected for life." I froze, cloth still in my hand. Wait, are you saying that you have performed the act of binding? She said calmly. Whether you intended it or not. My stomach dropped. So what does that mean for me? It means, she said quietly, that by Velar law you are bound to me, as consort and protector, as husband. I nearly dropped the gauntlet. She watched me, expression unreadable. If this distresses you, say so now. Once confirmed, the bond is eternal. I didn't know what to say. My brain screamed that this was absurd, that I was just a human worker. But another part, the one that had grown fascinated by her strength and grace, whispered, "Don't run." I didn't mean to. I started, then hesitated. But I don't regret it. Her expression softened for the first time. Then the Rite accepts you. Light flared around us, the armor pieces rising into the air like petals in a storm. A soft hum filled the room. Liara extended her hand. It is done. I touched her palm, and in that instant I felt her. Memories, emotions, echoes of battles, songs of her ancestors, all flowing into my mind. She gasped as if feeling my life in return. Earth's oceans, my childhood laughter, the loneliness of the colony. We both stood there, trembling. The bond was real. The conflict and the truth. When the council learned of the union, chaos erupted. A human had bonded with a Velar princess, an act considered impossible. The Velar delegation demanded the rite be annulled. The humans argued it was a misunderstanding. Liara, however, stood defiant. "It is done," she said to her council. "You cannot unbind the spirit once the armor has accepted the touch." I expected her to regret it, to distance herself. But instead she defended me publicly. One of her royal guards, General Varek, wasn't pleased. "You defile your bloodline with an untested human," he spat. "He cannot protect you." Liara's eyes burned. "He already has. You just didn't see it." Later that night she came to me. "They will try to challenge the Rite," she said quietly. "Varek has invoked the trial of proof. He wishes to duel you." I laughed bitterly. "A duel? Against an alien soldier? I'll die. Not if I teach you." For the next week she trained me. Every movement, every breath, she corrected with patience and precision. When I faltered, she steadied me. When I doubted, she reminded me. The bond makes us stronger together. Do not fight alone. When the day came, the arena glowed with the energy of 1,000 spectators, human and Velar alike. I stepped forward, armor fragments shimmering faintly around my hands, reacting to the bond. Varek charged first. His strikes were brutal, deliberate. Dodged barely. Then, as his blade came for my chest, I felt her, Liara's voice in my mind. "Now!" The armor responded. My body moved instinctively, blocking, countering, not perfectly but enough. In one final surge, I disarmed him, blade at his throat. The arena fell silent. Varek stared up, shocked. "Impossible!" Liara stepped forward, placing her hand on my shoulder. "He fights not for power but for understanding. That is why he wins." The trial ended. The bond was recognized, ending the acceptance. Weeks later, the Velar ships prepared to depart. Liara stood at the edge of the colony platform, her armor shining like moonlight. I approached quietly. "So," I said, "does this mean I'm stuck being a royal husband?" She smiled faintly. "You are not stuck. You are chosen." I laughed. "Guess that's not the worst fate." She turned to face me fully. "When I came to this world, I sought proof that humanity was more than chaos and greed. You have shown me something better, sincerity.